When I said I was a man of my word in the last video, I meant it. I'm on my Wendy Williams jizz right now. Look at the purple rhinestones on my mic. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. I'm so proud of myself. This literally was off of Amazon. I got the roll of rhinestone tape that you can buy for like nothing. Yep, came in handy. Let's say. Well, without further ado, hey, it's Kay, and welcome to my little corner of the internet. All right, so today's video, I want to talk about something that's been something very personal. Yeah, very personal, but also something I've been going through for the last year or so of my life. So hopefully I can insert a photo here to show you guys what I used to look like. But August of last 2024, I slipped and fell out of my job, the one I left at New York, and I got injured. I fractured my ankle a bit, and I had to have some surgery, so I was out of work for 3 months. During that time, I gained at least 25 to 30 pounds during those 3 months. So when I went back to work in December of that same year, I was the heaviest I had ever weighed before. Never weighed any heavier than that, but I weighed a grand total of 480 pounds. And being that size was a shock to me. Hopefully I can insert a photo here to show you at least close enough to what I actually looked like at that time. And if I find the photo that one of my coworkers took of me in the snow in a snowsuit that I looked like a goddamn deep freezer, you'll see what I'm talking about. And during that time, I was like, when I went back to work, I had tried on like my uniform clothes and everything, and it's like, oh, these are tight. Like they were tight before, but these are really tight. So I can tell I've gained a lot of weight. So I decided to go. So I went through my usual routine and process of, because my job was so physical, I was able to move about and have more activity within my body. So I was able to naturally lose a few pounds. And then I also did the method of like meal replacement shakes, which I use Orgain's meal replacement shakes, and those are actually really good. And I've been using those for years now, and they help. I used to use another thing called either 365 nutrition or 310 nutrition. Them shits was really special. And then I used to use another one called like Kosh, was a KOSH, I think that was what it was. Anyway, and then I decided on Orgain's because it was easier to get accessible to, and it's much more affordable for me, at least in my budget. So by the time about, I would say February rolled around, maybe March. No, February probably rolled around. I had dropped like 20 pounds. I got back down to the size that I was before I got injured at work. And then I decided to make a drastic change and do something that eventually I was going to do anyway. And I was already in my 30s, so I was like, well, might as well do it. So I went and had gastric sleeve surgery. So I had weight loss surgery September of that year. Now you're probably looking like, say, you lost all that weight in March. September, you had the surgery. What happened in between? I'll explain. So I was originally going to have this surgery in May of that year. But was it May? Yeah, I think it was May of that year. But I decided to postpone it a few months because I had two important events coming up that I actually wanted to partake in the best way possible, which means so let me explain. When you have gastric sleeve surgery, you cannot consume food for certain foods for a certain period of time, and alcoholic beverages and certain drinks anyway for a period of time. So you're kind of just like walking around eating mushy food and water for most of the time. That's great and all, but summer was coming up, and like I had this event called Frolic Weekend, which, by the way, if anybody out there is going to that, I cannot wait to meet you. And if anybody out there doesn't know what Frolic Weekend is, you should go look it up. Trust me, you'll thank me later. But I was planning on going to that, and I was going to be there for 4 days, and I want to actually enjoy that. So I actually wanted to like eat the food that was out there in P-Town and drink and everything like that and have fun. So I was like, I can't have. And by the time the time of that trip came around, I still would be in like stage month 2 of like having the surgery. So I decided to say, let me just put this off for a tiny bit. So then, but the first event that happened was the legendary and iconic Cowboy Carter tour that I spent a lot of money on my tickets, and sat in seats that I did not appreciate it to a degree, but it was like, I wish I had better. I wish I had floor. Next year I'm getting floor seats. Full out floor seats. I'm spending the money on getting floor seats. I want to see sweat. I want to see that woman up close at a different angle, or at least 100s, whatever. That's not important right now. But I had those two things coming up, along with my birthday as well. So I actually wanted to be able to enjoy things for a little bit longer before I made that drastic change in that regard. So I went on a medical diet along with just eating lighter and everything like that. And by the time I got to my surgery in September, I had lost at least 50 to 60 pounds by that time, which seems kind of crazy, but it's also like 10 pounds a month in the range, especially someone who's larger. You tend to lose a lot of weight quickly sometimes especially when you're eating less and eating healthier. So that was very beneficial for me. And then like 2 weeks before the surgery, I had to be on a liquid diet, which was the worst because this was also a period of time where a lot of people were getting on my fucking nerves and disappointing me. And I had to I couldn't eat my feelings. So I had to be extremely disciplined in having this liquid diet because I would if I could just have like a donut, I would be so much easier around anybody else right now. But because I couldn't, I was just annoyed the whole time. So maybe a little bit of stress probably also helped me lose an extra few pounds. So fast forward, I then have the surgery. A few people did know about it. Shout out to the people who did know about it. If you watch the podcast, you'll actually have seen me announce that at one of the episodes, so you can go back and look at that as well. And I was off for like 3 weeks to recover from it. It was minimally invasive. I was in and out the hospital for one night. And I remember, and let me just say this right now. And I know Michael Jackson passed away from propofol and everything. I'm not telling you to go out there and get you some anesthesiologist and get you some drugs to have a sleep, but baby, that was the best sleep of my mother. I slept like a baby all night long. I was like, oh, this is amazing. So then I also have a story on my Instagram showcasing me literally out of surgery with recovery, kind of slightly dazed. And some people were kind of shocked by it because they wasn't expecting me to just admit, they didn't know. A lot of people didn't know I was having the surgery, except the people I was close to. No offense to anybody who didn't know, but I like to give surprises to everybody. And I feel like if I can't tell everybody this thing, then it's what's the point of me I like to tell people things and sort of it's hard to explain. But I told people, and everybody and a lot of people were very supportive and very, very kind and very, very nice, and showed a lot of love and support for me in my recovery. And I've recovered greatly. Since having the surgery, I lost another maybe 30 pounds since then. I did plateau because I wasn't during the time I wasn't physically active, and I also moving here, I wasn't able to do any. When I was in New York, I wasn't able to really do any physical activities outside of working, so I did what I could. But now I have lost 140 pounds thus far. This is the smallest I've been in a very long time, since probably my early 20s. I was able to fit clothes that I have never fit before. I had a closet full of stuff that I bought from online websites that I could not fit before, and now all of a sudden I can fit them perfectly fine. I feel lighter, I feel healthier. I noticed a change in my body. I remember when I went back to work and I'll say December going into January, one of my supervisors who also had my old job, who also had the surgery as well, he was like, you look like you're melting away. You literally look and so many people kept telling me wow, you look so much smaller than you did last year. And my nephew he had saw me at Thanksgiving that same year, and he didn't know that I had the surgery, or he didn't know that I was smaller. And then one day he came over to our house for Christmas to give him, so I can give him his Christmas present. And he was like, Uncle, I didn't even when did you get this small? It's most people didn't realize that I was getting that small. And looking in the mirror now, even with my shirt off and everything, I have a lot of loose skin, clearly, but it is still, that isn't ugly to me. That's wow, that is hard work that I put in to make this happen. And I'm appreciative of the doctor who helped me. I'm appreciative of the team that I got to work with me. I'm appreciative of the support that I got from my friends and my family who loved me and cared for me. And also, I shouldn't say this, but I can drink alcohol again. Well, at least wine. I can drink wine again, and I'm just at this stage. I'm very, very grateful that I'm able to have lost all that weight, and I'm going to continue to lose weight. I'm trying to I'm in the gym now, and I'm working out, I'm building muscle, so that way I can look physically a different way. And then hopefully in the next 2 to 3 years, I have the skin removal surgery for places that need it. But right now, there is no shame in how I look because this was hard work. This was hard work to get here, and I'm very, very, very proud of my body and very proud of where I've come from, where I came from. And like, I'd rather have loose skin, saggy and everything, and look and be 140 pounds lighter than to be 480 pounds again. So, yeah. Thank you all for watching. Thank you. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.